Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track from AXA, Boy Disney and TK from the TKX Mina NFT project titled Message. And if we switch over to here, this is the Tetsuya Komuro STEM Renovation 17, the 17th reproductive music video from the Sound STEM NFT Internet for Everyone STEM 2 Drums Add STEM, given by Tetsuya Komuro. We represent the same sound stems. I'll reproduce the same sound stems into a variety of music videos collaborating with global artists. So this should be interesting. I'm not sure quite what I'm getting myself into here, but I'm happy to give it a try. We're going to listen through this track from start till finish. I'm going to hear what we think. Let's go. Message by Boy Disney.
Hey, yo, Disney. Damn, I know the vibe. Yeah, I wanna talk about we, the light of the world. Look close and we see we are quite like God. We are created in order to procreate, and you wanna know we've been made to dominate. There's no debate, we get what we want in faith. Just
it's interesting. I kind of like the tone of those drums coming in with those bright, perky synths on the side, and the guy's got an interesting vocal timbre and a choice of words.
sing his grace and concentrate on your race, huh? Don't let nobody tell you who you are. I remember falling investigates for the stars. All night, no sleeping, I'll be busy working hard, hoping one day I will make it to the top. I faced so many times, but I still believed that I would turn into them and everyone could see. They'll never let anyone tell him what he could achieve. I'm here rapping, giving you guys everything I am. Trying to show you that change start with one man. Keep trying.
Oh, a little bit of an intensity, an extra sort of darker twist to turn there with the harmonies, you know, with the minor triads coming in, those fantasy synths. I wasn't expecting that to be the second half, but I like that change, that disruption there to that. It was very, you know, telling us to be true to ourselves and who we're being open and honest and authentic with ourselves is a lovely message. So it kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen next.
Keep going, cause I know you can. Do you remember me? The one you saw and laughed, the one you picked last, the one you called trash. I took all your words and pulled them in the bag.
Nobody should be called trash, man.
Who I am. Believe you make it, stand up on your feet. Hell no to David, you make it type ready. Yeah, it's a prophecy, telling you honestly. You're not mediocrity, you got the ability, you got the victory. It is your destiny. I've done it once and even done it twice.
Okay, so we're going from the minor part. We got a little bit more inspirational, but not in like the kind of cheesy sense. You know, it's difficult to balance out like a major sort of tone to something when you're trying to make people feel better and like uplift them without it seem sort of forced or like. This seems like he genuinely cares about our Boy Disney.
I stayed focused and walked on my path. And line I did so I know you can. Let's show the world change, stand with just one man. A life without a battle is a life without a victory. You fight and rest in order to live in luxury. Embrace the struggle and be proud of your history. If you believe you will make it, stand up on your feet. Hell no.
If you believe you'll make it, stand up on your feet, be proud of your history. Damn, dude, I adore that. This is actually a really great way to start the day.
David, you make it, I pray it. Work hard, don't fake it. It's yours, then take it. Don't sleep and wish it. Be optimistic. Grind hard and take it. Hustle and believe it. Yeah, to some he gave 5, to some he gave 2. Why to some he gave 1? To those he gave 5, return 10 food. To those he gave 2, return 4 food. But to those he gave 1, buried their own, claiming that they should be left alone. At last they will be left with no hope. Don't wish for it, work hard and live it up. I'm not tripping, I'm done, time to get to the top. Don't wish for it, say your haters, they will be shocked. To hell, mate.
It's nice to have those guitars in there as well. I kind of vibe with that. We have some keys, some synths, some guitars, and I'm sure there's a.
You are not average. To help poverty, you fly like savage. Not happily say fuck those who call you garbage.
It's just a really bassy kick in it.
You are not average. You got knowledge. You got courage. A light in your lineage. A very good image. Talented, focused, prepared, disciplined, anointed, and qualified.
Damn, dude. Damn, man. That's Message from Boy Disney and TK. Tetsuya Komuro STEM Renovation number 17. Because this is my conclusion for this review. I'm really pleasantly surprised about it. Because again, as I mentioned before, I genuinely had no idea what I was getting myself into. There was a lot of information to take in at the start, but I'm glad I took the time with it. I think, you know, this track is about someone, you know, Boy Disney, telling you to be proud of who you are, be strong on your journey, stick at that grind, but not in a way where it's like at the expense of yourself. It's like you can do it if you keep trying. And I think that's, you know, like even if it's not an entirely original concept to make a song about that, I nonetheless feel as if the authenticity of the performance and the delivery there makes it something worth considering and admiring, I suppose. I'm very happy with it anyways. I mean, on that topic there, on that point, in addition to what we had going on with the story there, I mean, Boys Disney's flow is just solid, man, you know? The words came through clearly. He phrased them well and took his time with it. It was a short form track, so there wasn't a lot of time for him to show his talents, but he did throughout. And I'm not entirely upset about the fact that it was mainly vocal focus. Sometimes you want a bit more time with the theme of the track, but I didn't really feel that was a necessity in this situation. I think that it was just great to hear Boy Disney out. It was, it was designed to make you think, I reckon, and feel like there is hope for you. Because often, especially for people that are struggling, they might not have someone to tell them that things will pick up if they keep going, you know? So I think this is why, even nowadays, when there's a lot of music like this, rapped by a lot of people, even within this genre, I think it's good that we have more of it. It wasn't necessarily melodic rapping, but he had a nice cadence to it that worked well with the rest of the parts of the harmony. And the rhythms and the flows were changed throughout as well. We didn't just stick with one rhyme scheme or one syllable sort of count. We mixed it up a little bit and we were flexible, and I appreciate Boy Disney for that. Great performance, very confident. The structure of the track was sensational. It's nice and simplistic at 220. You had two main parts, which I think were that majorish, tonish sounding one at the beginning, and then you had like a minor twist in the mid part where things got a little bit more dark and maybe a bit more complicated, like we were struggling to get up the mountain a little bit. And then part 3 was you finally getting to the ascent. So it's kind of like a movie in a certain way of looking at it with its 3 components. I enjoyed the main motif there. There was enough space in there with those synths and the minimalism of the drums and a lack of a bass. There might have been a bass in there, but it was very subtle. It might have been in time with the kicks or like tuned to the kicks. But yeah, man, that really kind of sort of sub-layerish palm-muted guitar bit as well. Bum ba bum ba bum bum. And it worked really well. I don't think they used the 1-5-6-4 harp chord progression, but it was something similar to that in the first and third bits anyways. And again, that minor twist made it more interesting and engaging. It added a bit of tension and drama and suspense to it, which I enjoy. You can't just have the same thing the whole time. It will sound too samey, even if it's a short form track. Yeah, and I like the fact that there was nice syncing between the sense of unison between the vocal flow, the melodies, and not just the melody, but like the rhythms there and the rest of the instruments in the mix, with some accents on those kicks that were welcome. Finally, the recording, mixing, mastering, the production was spectacular. I say spectacular because the sound of it's great for what it is. It doesn't sound over-polished or over-produced. It's got a nice sort of warmth to it. They haven't tried to mess with the vocals too much. They haven't added a whole layer of effects change to it just to kind of oversaturate it. Most of the instruments in the mix sounded reasonably like they were true tones, I suppose. They weren't trying to modulate or warp them too much. The gluing of instruments in the mix was great. The vocals had presence but weren't overwhelming the rest, and everything else was reasonably well balanced. And I think even if the guitar was a sub layer, which was unusual for me, it's not as often you get that, it wasn't necessarily a detriment. The limiting compression was fine. Got no real complaints about it. It's a fascinating journey that we're going on with music nowadays in 2022, and I do enjoy my time hearing new artists, bands, and musicians. Boy Disney and TK have got something really cool going on here, and I wish them the best of luck in future. But that is effectively my review of this track, Message, from Boy Disney. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show them some love via their various social medias and their YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time as you need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next review. Spiderhands out.